And boop, we alive. Okay, awesome. Here we are. Awesome. We're back with Palm in the Fist. Guys, don't worry. The description and the title make sense. You're just crazy. You're just, oh, God.
It makes sense to us, and it will make sense to you.
Exactly. Oh, and first and foremost, rest in peace, Gab. She's not dead. She's just not here. Sadly, going through. She just needs to rest and recuperate, and so she told us to go on without her. But Gab, we salute you, and we hope you can join. And we hope. I hope that nothing serious happens that you miss. So, Godspeed, Gab. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Yes.
Godspeed.
Oh, but speaking about people dying. So this is what I wanted to say, because I wanted to have it recorded. Cecilia and I actually worked to design the Shiver Gang, and we wanted to make, Hammer was actually kind of difficult for me, and then Cecilia had this kick-ass idea, where if one of the Shiver Gang, below Hammer, died within Hammer's radius, Hammer, as a reaction, could eat that member of the Shiver Gang's corpse and regain 4d10 hit points.
Wow, I'm so glad we didn't kill Hammer, guys.
And
what the fuck?
And Cecilia and I came up with that, and Cecilia went, I'm gonna be honest, if I saw some guy do that in combat, I'm done. I'm just done. That is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
As a reaction?
As a reaction, yes.
That shit takes him less than 6 seconds.
How big Hammer is.
How the fuck do you eat a whole body in less than 6 seconds?
Well,
Hammerheads also don't have that big of mouths.
Well, so it wouldn't be like consuming their entire body, but it'd be like eating a significant portion of their muscle mass, like pectorals or abs or glutes and things like that.
It's like
they just war.
When you suck all the moisture out of an orange.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you for that wonderful vampire description, Darby. I'm never going to use it, don't worry. So.
Oh gosh.
Oh, and also, guys, I also didn't write a fucking recap, so I might have, does one of you want to do the recap today? Wow. An overwhelming.
Oh, shit.
Yes, okay. Darby, you're doing the recap.
Wow,
God.
that no was so. It was like
I'll do
someone
my
had
best,
stabbed
it won't
your
be
loved
good.
one in front of you.
If I can summarize the Friejon
Okay.
session in Oris's voice and make him older than he even is in game, then I think you got this. You killed a shark. You're Calorie's in charge of Carpet, but Mud's in charge of everybody and Calorie and Carpet. You got this. You got this. And also, anything about the ship that we want to go over? Because I know I texted you guys about like ship upgrades and things like that. Any questions there?
I have the dock open. Aside from repairs, you said if we could scrounge 1,000, we can upgrade the AC and strength of the ship?
Yes.
True?
Yes.
Okay.
I
think
have
what
$100.
$100.
I got calories pretty liquid right now.
Oh god. 196 smackaroos.
That's more than $100. That's almost $200.
And also the ship fund is almost 1,000. So.
Oh shit! I forgot we had a specific fund. Let's go!
Let's go!
Good on me for running a pirate game where the ship is the least important aspect of the game.
And because we're at. Oh wait, yeah, because different things have different HP.
Yes.
Do we know how much it is for just like the repairs to get us back up to full?
Yes. So it's going to be for every 1 HP, it's going to be 10 gold.
Okay.
So right now it's going to be 250 gold to get you back to full.
Gotcha.
On everything?
Okay.
You know what? I'll do a little home style special for you, Kate, and say that everything to get back to full on everything it's gonna be 250. They'll do the sails and the helm for free.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a group special. You get family prices.
Friends and family discount.
Yep.
I was part of La Famiglia.
Yes.
These are Famiglia prices.
These are Famiglia prices. Is there anything else we want to upgrade, or
because Are we planning to save any of the ship fund, or do we want to like put it all in now to make some upgrades? Because if we want to get up to full HP but also do like 1,000's worth of upgrade, I could add some more gold to have enough for that. Because I've got 1,400 about.
Damn. Yeah, sure. I still have a good amount of funds, so we could break the jar and start a new ship fund after these upgrades.
I'm good with that if you guys are.
Yeah.
Sick. And do we want to do? I was leaning towards 1,000 to do AC and strength.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Me as well.
So it'd be +1 to the AC and then +1 to the strength?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Need to go there.
Just so we're not in the negatives anywhere.
Got it.
Which would be nice.
Are we in the negatives for strengths?
Yes, we have a -1 strength
You got
modifier
a
for our
little
ship.
ship.
It's a little dingy.
Excuse me.
No, I
Nice.
think we're good there. Okay, perfect. I think chat's all good. I had so many tech issues before the stream started. My lord.
What happened?
Chat extension wasn't working. Twitch unsynced from OBS. My camera didn't work. My mic didn't work. Zoom wasn't opening for me. I was trying to get to Opera GX for the music, and whenever I tried to do that, Discord would pop up over the browser, so I couldn't use it. And I don't know. Even when I moved it from monitor to monitor, Discord would follow it, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Man, oh man.
We got shmoney.
Yeah.
Money.
Okay, and then also, Darby, how do we sound?
Oh yes, I listened. I think we were sounding good.
Okay, absolutely killer. If anything needs to be changed, if I start blaring rock music, I'll definitely let you guys know. But anything else? Is there anything else before we get started? Anything else we want to shout about?
It's say daylight savings.
Today. Yeah.
I don't know if that's happy. What do we lose or do we gain?
We lose sleep.
We lost.
We lost.
But we gained light.
We did
That's
gain
later
Later
light.
in
That
the,
is true.
in the day. I
Which is
super
really
thought
nice.
that it was tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized at like 6 o'clock today when my family was like, "Look at how light it is outside." I was like, "It happened already?"
So,
It did.
like an angel's kiss. It was here and then it was gone.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, you know what?
Hey.
Another World Tabletop. Hello.
Hey.
Hope you are doing well. Hope for because I know Forge of Lore is streaming. I think earlier today with a Tailspire stream. I hope Steve and Emmy are
Yes.
doing well. And happy to have you here. And one more thing. Another World Tabletop. And also all of you guys. What are you guys a fan of? Standard time or what is daylight savings time called? What is like? Because I know it's standard time and another one.
I think it's standard in daylight saving.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, got it. Which one do you
I
prefer?
think so.
I like the one where it doesn't get dark at 4 o'clock.
Okay,
That
you're a
one.
fan of daylight savings.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the one.
Got it.
Yes.
Just coming in like Kramer through the
what,
door in
about, what about
Seinfeld.
you, Moss? What do you like?
Yeah,
Just likes it, all of it.
Moss approves of time.
Yes.
So
Nice.
Time.
okay, and awesome. Very happy to hear the Forge Lore crew is doing well, and very happy to hear that you hopped over here and want to see what we're doing. Very much appreciate you coming to the table. Awesome. And speaking of that, is there anything else we want to go over before we jump right in?
Nor.
No, and no. So, although we are one gab down, we're going to hop in. It's going to be a great time, a great little preparation session, kind of closing the book on the grip aisle, and then wherever in the world you guys are going to be going next. But before we hop in, as always, a deep and cleansing breath. So, we want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then everyone please join me. And everything after the breath is canon. Darby, you got this. What was the recap of the last couple sessions?
Okay. Last we left off, we, after making a mad escape from the arbor, went to the Grip Isle, the home of the Terraborgs, Olive's family in the hopes of making repairs to our ship, and also, was that our one goal? Did we have more goals?
Looking for godly weapon.
Yes, looking for godly weapon. I was trying to remember if we already knew about that.
Yes, you did.
For anyone watching, disclaimer: I have COVID brain. I'm doing my best.
Oh my god! I if you would
No,
not.
I want to do it. I want to.
You got it. You got it. You're doing great.
You're doing
We
great.
we got to the grip aisle, and the Terrorborg, two of Olive's siblings, were throwing a big old party, and there were some big shark people from a big shark family.
Famiglia.
Yep. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Famiglia, the shark famiglia. And we came across a mercenary, Kenneth Ward, who had a whole bunch of information on Cowrie's past, on hers past, and was also just generally an unsettling man. Bull, one of the big sharks, started a fight. We fought him. We super killed him. The other one, Carpet, we're in charge of him now because we killed Bull. I'm speeding it up because it's going on too long.
All good. No, you're totally cool.
You're doing great.
Went
You got
down into the tunnels. The
secret tunnel.
The carpal
The-
tunnels.
Carpal
Carpal
tunnels.
tunnels. The carpal tunnels.
You're all
thank
good. You're
you.
all good.
And we went down there to look for the godly weapon because we knew that the rest of the shark gang, what is their actual name?
The Shiver
shark
Gang.
The Shiver Gang. We knew they were down there looking for the godly weapon. Olive did a bunch of cool shit and deciphered the tablet and got the riddle that is going to lead us to the weapon. It's all hands because that's all I got. And we killed Mud killed the big and top shark.
Yes.
The
coral one?
Black tip. Black tip.
There you go.
Black tip.
And so then Mud was in charge of the other sharks, and we were like, stay here while we leave. And then we did.
For 4 hours.
4 hours. And that is all I got.
Yep, absolutely perfect. First of all, I'm an asshole. I'm very
Oh,
proud
you're
of
not
you.
an asshole.
I'm very, very, very proud of you. Number two,
Darby lost, nose goes fair and square.
Yes.
through like the tone of the voice, that was the same amount of fear that I used to get in middle school when they were like, time for a timetables pop quiz, and I'm like, fuck, like just freaking out. Darby, you did great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Sunrise Catcher of the Rye right now.
Oh, fuck.
There's this guy. He smokes cigarettes. He hates his life, but
That's
doesn't
it.
hate
That's
children.
it.
That's it. That's all the book. That's
whole
it. That's the whole book.
Okay, so, I mean, what else can be said? The most accurate description, and I'm gonna say we're gonna fast forward just by about 20 minutes. You guys walking along the coastline of the Grip Isle after having defeated Blacktip, commanding the remaining Shiver Gang, Mako, Sandy, and Hammer to remain within the Carpal Tunnels and then just leave, with Carpet, Aragonite, Calcite, and Fione all waiting for you inside of the Terrorborg Manor. You are able to walk along the shore, and the last thing of note that you were able to see before we are going to close the chapter on the Shiver Gang, at least for a little while, was this ominous dorsal fin off in the horizon, much larger than any natural shark, as 9 rows waiting just outside of the radius of the Grip Isle is going to understand in a few hours what happened, and not now, not immediately, but you guys in your victory have now made one more enemy to contend with. But we're going to cut back to the main entrance of the Terrorborg Manor. You guys are able to, as you are walking up the stairs, you're able to walk past where taking Shasuva, and I believe you took Shasuva over to the Carpal Tunnels as like just riding them.
Yes.
Sorry, taking Temperance. Shasuva is the breed name. Taking Temperance, riding that to the Carpal Tunnels. Now riding him back. Temperance then begins to feast upon Bull's corpse once again, just kind of finishing off any scraps and beginning to chew on his like spinal cord as he's already feasted upon him. And and you guys are able to look at the destroyed door that Bull kicked in when the fight kicked off, and it seems that Fiona and just some general other like servants and workers have shoddily put up like a tarp to keep out the elements as you guys are now standing outside of the Terraborg Manor. And the floor is yours.
The door can get fixed. That's nothing to worry about.
This place has strong foundations. We can rebuild.
Yes, we can literally rebuild. I'm sure they've rebuilt hundreds of times before. Temperance. When you're done, come inside, okay?
Continues
If
chewing
you want
to. Keep chewing on the bone.
Okay, I'll leave the door open.
Continues chewing. And you guys, again, just standing outside the home.
It's been a very long night. A lot happened. We don't have to discuss any of it now. We can discuss in the morning. Whatever the two of you prefer. I have a theory about where this godly weapon might be. I'm not 100% sure, but whatever you two would prefer. I know her is exhausted, so we should let her get some sleep. Thank you for carrying her, Mud. She's had a very rough night.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find a bed for her. Excuse me.
Pick. There's many guest rooms. Pick whichever you like.
Yeah, no problem. Mud, give me 1 second. Yeah, Mud, you're able to walk into, and you just, I know, Kate, that you and I kind of discussed the Terraborg Manor in a little bit of detail. You're able to walk into like a guest room. These are like very well decorated, and they're each kind of like denoted by like the kind of decoration that they have. And so you're able to walk into the shell room. This room that kind of has like sequin kind of pattern shells on the comforter and like ornate threads with shells in them leading into like a private bathroom. And you're able to walk into this like, you know, very like neat guest room. And just put her down on the bed.
I tuck her in.
Oh, she sleeps. She's soaking wet and she's sleeping like a baby.
I look at her and then I just move her hair so it's not like on the back of her neck.
It lightly floats and just splats down on the pillow underneath her.
I turn off the light, close the door quietly.
All good, and her is gone for the session. So perfect.
So eepy.
So eepy.
You said that you had a theory about where the weapon might be?
I make a
Nice.
I make a perception check to make sure Kenneth Ward or anybody else isn't listening in on us.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, yeah.
Ah! Okay. That is a 18.
With an 18, first of all...
I cast guidance on myself.
Okay, not a problem.
I saw him off. I don't think he's here, but
It's a 19.
A 19, Mud, you focus your senses, and you are able to hear no sounds of suction cups or any kind of like ink blot camouflage. Kenneth Ward is not within this zip code anymore. You're all good. But you guys are able to look into the sitting room. Again, the house post party has largely been opened up, and one person that is, I'm gonna say that you guys are like just in the main area where the bullfight took place. And besides the library being locked up, the doors have just kind of been like opened back to like how the house would be without any guests inside. And looking off into the sitting room, you're able to see Carpet. Again, it's probably only like maybe an hour and a half, like 2 hours after you guys left. But Carpet, the only movement that he has made, because I rewatched the episode, the command that you guys gave him was to stay here and not move until you guys come back, and the only movement that he has made is instead of sitting with a straight back in the lounge chair that he was in, he has leaned back into the chair, and that is the only movement that he has made. And besides that, you're able to see that Olive, Fiona is walking around and just beginning to like kind of pick up, again, relatively respectful guests, but is slowly beginning to pick up some like the trash and kind of like the used cups and things like that, just kind of prettying up the house.
Let's discuss in the library.
Okay. Real quick, can I say something to Carpet real quick?
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm just
yes.
worried that he'll stay there forever.
Well, he is, with how the system works, he will listen to you, so...
I go in there and I go, hello, Carpet.
He kind of like startles himself, kind of awake a little bit, and looks to you, and give me 1 second here, just to make a quick perception check. Yeah, and is able to see 32. You're able to kind of clock this. He looks, and he's able to see like the blood that's on 32 from the bullfight. And he goes, "Oh, yes. And this bamboo shark and like perks up and looks at you.
Okay. I know that this might be kind of confusing or difficult, but I don't necessarily want to be your boss in charge of you. Nothing against you. You seem like a perfectly competent shark. But if what it is that you're waiting for is orders from me, what I would like for you to do is to perhaps begin making independent decisions for yourself, for things that you might want or desire from your day-to-day life.
Okay. Quick wisdom save for Carpet. We're going to see if he gets above just like a 12. He looks and goes, and you realize that kind of you're speaking on like a technicality right now, Cowrie, where it's like Shiver Gang members that are above other Shiver Gang members can tell them just to leave, and they have to listen. That never really done before. They usually just die before that happens. But Carpet's like, okay. Independent decisions. All right. It kind of like looks around, and you realize that Carpet probably hasn't had to make decisions like this in a very long time, and so like in no way trying to be like, oh, he's just infantilized and can't do anything, but it's like he doesn't know what the best option would be, given being seen by the other Shiver Gang members would probably mean death. And so he looks relieved and a little bit surprised that you would be so lenient being within the ladder, but is also like confused. That kind of makes sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
You are, I imagine, welcome to get your bearings here. There's no rush to leave. So yes, still feel free to hang out, but you can also you don't have to stay in that exact spot if you would not wish to.
He grips the arms of the chair very slowly and then kind of like shakily pushes himself up and like kind of looks above his, like on his shoulders, kind of looks around, and then he just kind of hunched back, kind of arms in front of him, begins to kind of like walk around like the sitting area room, just kind of like flexing his legs basically, and then goes, I wouldn't presume that I could stay here, but if I could, this is nice. You are the kindest people that I have met in a long time. Yeah, this seems nice. Do they welcome Sharkin here?
Of course.
Would they need someone that knows how to, like, read, or like is there anybody that needs me to, like, would I live like behind the house, or would I live like in a house somewhere else? Like what would I do?
We have plenty of guest rooms here to get your bearings. There are plenty of places where you could purchase room and board. There are many options here that would require your well-earned skills.
Okay. I must say, the kindness, it's warming my heart a bit as a DM. I really, that's very nice. 1 second. Awesome. You're able to see that Carpet kind of, he gets up and goes, thank you for your generosity. And Carpet then kind of like excuses himself. He pushes past you guys and goes over to Fiona, quickly has a conversation with Fiona, and then Fiona, like, you're able to see this, like, nods, puts a hand on his back, and you're able to then see Carpet begin, like, help cleaning up some of the, like, remnants of the party and some, like, the debris from the bullfight and just from the party itself, and begins to kind of help out Fiona around the Terraborg Manor.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Leon. We very much appreciate that.
Yes, it only seems fair that if you're giving me housing and protecting me inside of these walls, that I help and that I am useful around here. So thank you. And then you see that Leon quickly grabs a, like, piece of parchment just dropped when people were, like, trading, I don't know, like maybe like a flyer for the party, essentially, flips it onto the back and quickly, like, scribbles something in ink and then hands it over to you guys. And he says, and I don't know if this would be useful, but because I'm not in the Shiver Gang anymore, but given and then let me do a quick perception check. Okay, and then looks over to Cowrie and goes, but given you are, Nine Rose might want you to get back to their main, like, cave system, like Coral Reef base, and this might help you get there. And he hands you a very quick scribbled map of exact coordinates as to where the Shiver Gang's headquarters is, right outside of the Underhand Canal.
Thank you, Leon. Oh my goodness, thank you. It's very impressive that you can read and write. I'm very impressed.
Nine Rose and I were the only two, and he used to say that would have me almost loop back around to his level. And very, very clearly made it a joke, but I felt appreciated. So yeah, but thank you.
Hey. Oh. Do what it is you'd like to do. We're gonna go have a chat. We'll be in the library if you need anything from us.
Okay. Thank you again. Thank you. And he and goes to go help Fiona.
All right. Let's go chat, I guess.
That was well done.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'll take the key to the library and open it.
Absolutely.
Close
You're
around
able to giant, like, panic room door opens up. You guys are able to step inside of the Terraborg library, and whether you want to close the door or not, really only friends in here, really only friends in the house right now, and so yeah, the floor is yours.
I'll close the main door but won't lock it, but I'll also close any, like, secret passageways that we opened when we were looking for Ken earlier.
Yes. The bookshelf door is closed up. You close the main door, don't lock it, and you guys are within the panic room. Perfect.
All right.
So, the tablet said, to the depths where the sun cannot touch, a mountain of all words, on the tip there is the union of what was before and what is now. My theory, based on what Tior told us about the history of the palm and the fist, about the sea titan and how she was pushed beneath the waves. Roughly going off of that, and I'm assuming there's a map of the palm and the fist in the library.
Not a doubt in my mind. You're with a big, huge scroll takes up the entire desk.
Yeah. Just gesturing to that. So if the palm is one of, and the fist are her hands, then I believe a mountain of all words refers to her mouth. And so looking at this, the coordinates of it, I believe where we'll need to look is between Superi and Trum.
Okay.
Because if you look here, the islands of Superi and Trum, they look almost like lips, and the boneyard could be her teeth. It to the depths. I'm assuming this is deep water. I will run this by the chain breakers in the morning, see if they can scope that out. But I believe that's a place to start looking if it's even there.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, good.
Man.
Yeah. Because on the tip, perhaps the tip of her tongue, wherever that is, below the waves. Yes, that is my theory. I'll run it by Quara in the morning. But yes, that makes sense.
Definitely. And we're trying to head that direction eventually anyway. Makes sense.
Yes, I've had a rough to-do list in my mind. Where do we go from here?
I think the plan was to stop by Bular Fortress, if that's still all right.
Right. Yes. I believe we told Rahi and the Duke to meet us there. Yes, that's not the problem at all. We could also take a detour to the Band Isle, if that's something you're interested in, Kaori.
Good.
You don't have to decide right now. Just
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay. Conchavlut mentioned it, and I know a lot was said to you about you tonight, which you don't have to. We don't have to talk about any of it if you're not ready for it, but I just wanted to throw it out there. It wouldn't detract from anything. It's a literal hop and a skip from here.
Okay. Thank you for saying that. I'll definitely think about it.
Yes, of course.
Definitely. A lot.
Mud, you've been quiet. Anything on your mind?
I think either Mud has lost his voice or he is muted.
No.
Oh no, you're good.
He's pausing for dramatic effect.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm doing a bit.
Oh,
I'll turn
okay.
up my sensitivity just a little bit.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. I have a lot on my mind. Yeah.
I only just realized I don't know if it's weird that we were just so nice to Leon. I maybe should have asked. I know that there seems to be history.
Listen, nobody deserves to be treated like shit in general. It's fine. Listen, so long as you don't try to make me be friends with him, I'll be fine. I'll be cool. I'll be nice.
Okay.
Insight check.
Insight
Go
check.
for it.
I'll get in on that. I want to know
Get in on
what
the
Mud's
insight.
feeling.
That's a 6.
That's a 17.
Yeah, that's a 2. Okay. Mud can't be mysterious. He doesn't know how. Mud, and maybe it's for the first time the two of you are realizing this, but Mud has lived in a very, very different world from the two of you for most of his life. He's lived in a world in which, strength determined your rights and how you were treated, and that there were people who were treated less than human or less than people for most of his life. And he's been kind of letting you guys call the shots in how to interact with people ever since he met you. Like, there have been some times where, like, he's gotten upset or, like, stuff like that, but, like, Mud is uncomfortable with Carpet, and he is uncomfortable with the idea of having Carpet around and where Carpet comes from. And, Carpet is tied to a lot of things that he really doesn't like. And he is also not an idiot, and he's not totally controlled by his emotions, and he knows that Carpet is not, Carpet is not the one, like, at fault here. And so he is he's trying to think, and he's trying to put a little bit of his hard-earned wisdom to use.
Kind of.
Also, he's sleepy. He's eepy.
Kind of seeing
Yes.
that discomfort.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he won't be coming along with us or anything, so we'll get him set here to hopefully not go running back to the Shiver Gang, and then we likely won't see much more of him, I imagine.
Okay.
You don't have to be friends with anyone you don't want to, Mud.
I mean,
But may I offer you this?
sure.
I see a lot of similarities between you and Leon. And if you don't see that, that's totally understandable, but you've been through similar terrible things. But the same that doesn't define you, it doesn't define him either.
If there was, like, the sound of a computer fan kicking on, it is kicking on in his brain as you have just... I'm gonna. Oh,
Just think about it.
I
Think
am.
about it in how you would want yourself to be treated.
Or one of us.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I can wrap my head around that. Yeah. Okay.
Just think about it. That's all I ask.
I will.
Good. We should also fix our ship in the morning. We can talk to Orla. I can probably get us a discount, hopefully. Upgrades and supplies. We should definitely get supplies for our journey, wherever that is. Am I missing anything?
Other than rest, I can't imagine so.
Yes, I don't. It's been a very long evening. I don't want to keep any of us up later than we already have been. But I do want to just leave you with thanks for what you did back in the Carpal Tunnels. I could not have done that without the work of all of you. So thank you.
We couldn't have done it without the things that you seemed to be doing with the currents down there. So thank you as well. Are you doing all right? Because that certainly seemed like a lot.
Oddly enough, yes. It was different, but it felt right. Like I was meant to be there. It felt like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. I am a little concerned as to how I got there in the first place and why I removed this weapon. The writing on the tablet was in my handwriting.
Oh.
I didn't. I should have led with that. And I can ask Orla if she saw anything, but I think, like what happened to you, Kaori, with the cycle march, I think this is whatever happened to me after I got injected.
Oh. Huh.
Doesn't explain the why, but it felt right being there, but I want to make things right for the Chainbreakers. Since inadvertently, even though it was inadvertent, I still uprooted them from an anchor to them, and I want to fix that.
We'll help. Any way we
I know.
can.
I know. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Any other plans that need hammering out, or should we get some rest?
I think rest is in... Yes, I second that. I think rest is in order. Feel free to place yourselves wherever. There's plenty of space in here. And we will reconvene in the morning.
All right. What time of day is it?
It's the middle of the night. Essentially,
okay.
I'm just gonna say that like it was you guys got to the Carpal Tunnels at like midnight. It was like probably 40 minutes to get to the bottom. It was like a 15-20 minute fight and conversation, and then it was like 40 minutes to get out. It's probably like around 2 a.m, just about.
Okay. All right, to bed.
Yes. Here, I'll show you to rooms. This place can be kind of a maze if you're unfamiliar.
All right. Oh.
And I will show them to respective guest rooms.
Okay. Perfect. I'll say that her is currently in the shell room. There is the sand room and the glass room as well. One decorated with like small little vials of sand, like beautiful, almost like little. Oh my God, what are they called? The little like things in mason jars, like the terrariums, like little terrariums with like sand and like sea life. And the other one is like beautiful dangling sea glass and things like that.
I'll lead Mud to the sand room and Cowrie to the glass room.
Okay. Perfect. And Olive, of course, you have your personal quarters within the Terraborg Manor.
Yes.
So, as you all split off to your individual rooms, is there anything... And, of course, if you have, like, little, like, wind-down procedures, I'd love to hear about them. But is there anything else that would want to happen? Anybody, like, sneaking away from their rooms for any reason? Anything like that?
Oh.
Okay. Sneaking away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Awesome. Anybody else doing that or no?
Cowrie is generally kind of has been on like, okay, have a mission to do, focusing on this, and none of anything else, has been in that mode, and is taking this time to kind of like take off the like armor and outer clothes and sit down on the bed and finally like have a freak out about it.
Okay.
And so is kind of like shakily going through their trinkets as they tend to each night and just trying to like process and have some feelings about everything going on.
Excellent.
But eventually is just going to like fall into exhausted sleep.
And just as a quick, I guess, just insight into Cowrie's mind, what is like because obviously there's a lot of shit to unpack from the past like 2 weeks, but what is the main thing that Cowrie is focusing on now? Would it be like the, oh my God, godly weapon attuned to me, power of a deity? Would it be, oh my God, Kenneth Ward, what a bastard, knows my father? Like where exactly is the mental energy going to during this freak out?
It is certainly a little bit of everything.
Okay.
But it is mostly focused on everything that they learned from Kenneth Ward about their family and where they came from, and that these people are still out there and just trying to like just all of this information that Cowrie never ever thought that they would have.
Okay.
And is trying to reevaluate their worldview, basically, to like fit in something that they never could have considered as a reality.
Okay, got it. And give me a quick history check. As I just kind of lay this out real quick of like, I think in Cowrie's mind, that idea of like being a collector, loving trinkets and loving things, you get the sense that like right now, your people, like your pod, as wide as it is, people loving to be around you, your like family, whether it is found or biological, is currently scattered like jacks across the eastern section of the world, waiting to be reobtained. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Yeah.
So go
You
ahead.
said history?
Yep.
That is an 8.
That is an 8. Not a problem. Just a little, like, squiggle in your brain. You get the sense that Kenneth probably didn't give you all the information about your parents, but you wouldn't know where to dig in with that. Know what I mean?
Yes.
That's number 1.
Yeah.
And number 2, because you said it, because you're taking off all of your trinkets and all of your, like, armor and everything before just thumping onto the bed and passing out. Give me a quick investigation check. And I'm gonna say beat a 14.
Be a 14. I got an 18.
You got an 18, excellent. As you are so it's hard for you to keep track of all the details because you're constantly wearing 3 guitars. But what you're able to recognize as you're taking off Cinta's guitar, Rock Y'all, as you are removing that loot from you, and you put it down, again, incredibly ornate, like wealthy, expertly crafted with these like innate magical properties, you're able to see that, like, again, through the little, I guess you could say, like, the hollowed point of the body of it, like, behind where the, like, initial, like, strings to pluck are, you're able to see a little, like, signature of ownership inside of the loot. Give me another investigation check, but give it to me with disadvantage.
Trying to read.
Yes.
Investigation. 5.
So what you are able to see is so what you're able to see is a coin, like, so not an actual, but like the inscription of a coin inside of this loot, and with like just the right angle, it's a coin with a face to the side. And you're able to see that, I'll say with a 5, the only notable detail you're able to recognize from the coin, you can always look at it again, like later if you want to, but you're able to see that, oddly enough, as funny as that is, not that at all, but that is a very funny connection. Apparently most coins have faces to the side on them. But this coin has a very pronounced ear on it, like on the side of the head.
Oh. Is it pointed?
It is not pointed, no.
Oh! Darby put it together. Cowrie wouldn't know. Well, I make note of that, and I remember it in my brain.
Okay, awesome.
And the other thing I do before I go to sleep is I take one of two of Bull's teeth, and I give them to the bagman.
Gangrenous, black-fingered hand comes out, snatches the teeth, and pulls back into the bag of holding. You're then able to see the bag kind of like, and kind of like poke out on several sides, and then you're able to see and coming out of the bag of holding, you're able to see just like a standard white bone with 2 like joint knobs on either side, kind of, and kind of like land on the bed.
Oh, cool! Thank you, buddy. That's neat.
Give me a quick investigation check, or insight check, whichever one you're better at.
Oh, it will be insight. 6.
Okay.
You have coin.
Cool. Just
I'm not gonna flip it for bone.
Just gave you a bone. Nothing else to be known there.
All right, adding it to my inventory.
Awesome. Then with that, Cowrie heading to bed. Anything else?
No, that is all for me.
Perfect. Olive, you go back to your private chambers, and would you like to describe to me Olive's room as she left it the last time she was here?
Yeah. I think she left it. She leaves things relatively tidy. There are like many bookshelves in her room, and yet there are still stacks of books on the floor where there was no room on the shelves. There's probably like a thin layer of dust over everything. Since she's been away from home for a bit. It's not much. Most of the room is taken up by her books and the shelves and a desk that she has in there. So the bed is kind of just like against the wall underneath the window. Yeah, it's simple. She probably cracks the window open a little bit to kind of like air it out.
Okay. A little bit musty just from being like a closed room with a lot of paper and a lot of books in it, kind of dusty.
Mm-hmm.
But as you wonderful cool sea air blows in this evening, and what is Olive doing to wind down before heading to bed?
I think even though she's slept in this room for a while, just from being away, to her it feels like a new space. So like she'll kind of like stand there for a bit, and then like she'll like walk out for a bit, go downstairs. Is Temperance still outside?
Temperance, let me quickly see. Temperance has made just a little. You see that Temperance is able to use the giant tarp for the door as like a doggy door, as it all of it moves out of the way as he kind of shakes his head, comes in, and right where the table and couch used to be, rotates 3 times and then plops down in the center of your main entrance area.
I kind of like pat my thighs a little bit. You can come upstairs if you'd like.
Give me a quick animal handling check with advantage.
That is a 15.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he goes, and he, and this humongous animal, again, the size of a horse, goes up your main stairs and trails his way over to your room.
I'll lead him in. Watch your step. Careful. And this is just as much your home as it is mine. So wherever you'd like to rest, feel free.
He turns and his tail knocks over a stack of the books on the floor, and that kind of startles him. So he jumps a little bit and backs up and knocks over another stack, and then he just stops moving.
It's okay. Here, I'll clean up the stacks and I'll put them on my desk. Sorry. I usually try to keep things tidy, but there's only so many room. I should probably put these back in the library. I'll clear the floor. I'll put the books on my desk.
He looks around and, probably having some kind of just rug on the floor, so it's not just hard wood that you're walking on, is going to do another 3 turns and then plop down and take up most of the floor space of your room.
Good night, Temperance. Sleep well. And Olive will get ready for bed.
Okay. Full, fat, and happy, Temperance begins to rest. Olive gets ready for bed. Anything else?
Let me make a... I think she, like, tries to fall asleep, but, like, tosses and turns a bit, and, like, she's, like, laying there staring at the ceiling, and she looks outside her open window and thinks, it's a good night for a swim. And will tiptoe carefully past Temperance to not wake him, and she will go outside and start heading for the coast.
Okay. More than okay. Moving through the gardens of the Terraborg Manor, just kind of, again, seeing this nature more close up. A lot of these plants very well maintained by Fiona and the gardening teams that work here, and you're able to find your way towards the coastline of the Grip Isle, right next to the Terraborg Manor.
Olive will slowly walk into the waves until she has to dive under. She'll start swimming towards, since I have that 60 feet of movement for a week, and my
yes, you do.
Shadow Steed? Phantom Steed?
Yeah, a Shadow Steed, basically.
Shadow Steed. Once she has to submerge, she will kick up that speed and Shadow Steed, and start heading towards the Chainbreaker ship.
Chainbreaker ship, not a problem at all, as you... very fast. Again, it feels like these bodies kind of hoisting you and pulling you and pushing you as you're able to race very quickly out towards the Riptide. And I can make sure the music is all right here. Give me 1 second. Let's go back to this.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. You are able to race out. With how fast you're going, it's 1,000 yards, 1,500 yards. The chain breakers clearly didn't even want to be seen by anybody on the shore. And so as you keep going farther and farther out, as if these spirits of the waves wish to help you to this ship and know its location, are able to rocket you over until you are suddenly far beneath it underwater and looking up towards the main hull of the Riptide.
I imagine going off of that Olive's Shadow Steed is that like spectral water genasi force, that like mass of people like helping her up, and so she'll just sort of use that to kind of like rise above the waves, so that she's like and like braces her hands on the side of the ship, and she'll like give a couple pats to the loudly to the ship to let people know that she's here, and we'll kind of do that as her Shadow Steed lifts her up to the deck of the ship.
Okay, so again, it's almost like a geyser forming underneath you, again raising you up as you're kind of going. You go and just kind of pound on the hull essentially, and then the water. As soon as you begin to enter, like plant your feet on the ship, the water begins to and disappear around your feet as you and land on the main deck.
It's just me. I apologize for waking any of you. It's me, Olive.
You're able to hear weapons beneath deck begin to be and begin like being put away, and then you're able to see both Quara and Jordan step out from the captain's quarters. Hi,
Hello. Sorry,
evening, Olive.
Good evening. I apologize. I did not mean to wake you. I couldn't sleep.
You're able to watch as Quara looks to you, completely unarmored, by the way. Also, the music is very quiet on mine. Give me 1 second here. I gotta get immersed. I'm not immersed. What are we doing?
My immersion.
And Quara goes, "No, Olive, you're a good move coming under cover of darkness just to avoid any kind of unnecessary attention." And Jordan looks and goes, "In all honesty, I couldn't really sleep either, so thank you for coming by. Welcome to the Riptide."
Yes, thank you. It's as lovely during the night as it is during the day. We were successful in the Carpal Tunnels. We were just there. It was beautiful.
Jordan has relatively little reaction, but Quara looks and kind of nods in agreement, and you're able to see a slight smile of remembrance on her face, and goes, it was a beautiful home for many years.
I hope one day it can return to that.
Wishful thinking, child. Wishful thinking.
But the reason I'm here is we were able to enter the mortuary in the depths of the tunnels. And I was able to decipher this tablet. I have a pretty good reason, a pretty good idea of who moved your anchor to this place. It said, "To the depths where the sun cannot touch, a mountain of all words. On the tip, there is a union of what was before and what is now. And it was written in my handwriting."
Well, I mean, they look at you surprised, and can obviously see that, like, oh, you seem surprised at that you don't remember doing that. And they say, well, that's fascinating. And I'm just going to very quickly bring up the first part of the riddle that I provided to you, which they handed over, which I'm just trying to find very quickly. And I can't find it, and that's okay. And we... what's up?
One shall walk, that is one with the current.
Yes, that exactly.
It's in world background.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. I got like 3 Google Docs open because I want to have it all.
I can read it. I
have
have it in front of me. I can read it if you want.
That'd be perfect. Thank you.
One shall walk, that is one with the current, veins of salt, skin of sand. They shall bridge the foam on the shores and the waves that have returned.
They say that to you. But like they go, thank you. We're very tired.
Of course.
They look at each other and they look back to you and they say, is it possible that she worked through you and was trying to guide her followers to a location? It sounds like and you found that poem. Was there anything else you found, or was it just that information?
Did I?
No, you saw the weapon rack, but there was no weapon presented.
Other than the natural decay due to neglect, no, that was it.
Quara looks to you and says, if my memory serves me correct, on the main altar there was a broken trident. You weren't able to find that?
Did I?
No, you did not. The weapon rack was empty.
No, the weapon rack was empty.
Huh. I'm gonna make a quick religion check for Quara and Jordan. And if you would like to make one as well, please do.
Would it be better for me to help them?
They get like a +2 to this, basically. But I'm gonna say Jordan helps you.
Okay.
There we go, perfect. That's a nat 1 from Quara.
I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay.
For a 6.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. 6 does not. You go. Oh, broken trident. It's broken. Maybe it was the weapon. Maybe not. Not much to really gain there, but clearly there is another location that might gain. You might gain more information from following this trail, but you can't get anything else just from a question asked by Quara. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And Quara goes, that was just a relic that we used in the ceremonies of preparing the deceased, and it worked as a way of very respectfully carving small symbols into the body of waves as like a final rite and tattooing of the depths onto them before we set them to rest. And perhaps that would have gained more knowledge, but again, it has been many years. It could have been washed away by undersea currents, taken by, dwelling sea creatures, whatever the like.
Of course. Well, I'll keep my eye out in any research I can. I believe that this riddle leads to between Superi and Tram. And I explained it the same way I explained it to Carrie and Mud. Have I explained the injection to them?
The injections, no, but the magical weapons were explained to, I think, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. I can ask people in town who were there when I believe this happened, what they saw, but a couple years ago I ran into someone Named Dr. Marble Reef. Does that... No, that doesn't ring any bells.
We haven't been on the island in the last 40 years or so.
Of course. Well, she's not a friendly person. I saw her in the remembrance buoys, which you're not allowed, where you're not allowed to be, and I went to stop her, and she injected me with something. And then I woke up at home.
Quar and Jordan don't really have much to say on the injection themselves. But you mentioned the remembrance buoys, and they say, if
that was when I saw you first. On the beach.
The remembrance buoys, they're a place of, and like a great sense of dread, almost like again, dread and like remembering this. I kind of watches over and goes, those were created to honor those that were killed in the Remembrance Massacre, 40 years ago.
Yes.
If that was the evening that we saw you, and that you were on the beach and received the gift, I don't think it's any surprise that you've been blessed with the ability to call favors from those that are beyond.
I see. And when you said you think she was working through me, do you mean Umberly?
They look to each other, and they both feel towards their necks where you saw those cuts were, and they look to you and go, "Aye, we do. No one new has ever entered the beach, and we can no longer see it. But you appeared, and there was that great ritual that we saw before we awakened. I'm not going to fill your head with any kind of dreams or aspirations. I would not want to give any kind of false hope or assign power where there may be none, but we've never met anyone like you, Olive. We've never seen that happen before."
Well, I do want to fix this. Even though I wasn't myself in that moment, I want to return you to where you feel safest. And so I believe perhaps the Boneyard or the islands of Superior Trum may be the best place to start looking.
Jordan looks to you and goes, "Aye, that's a fine idea," and points to herself and points to you and goes, "Given we can breathe underwater, it shouldn't be that hard to investigate going down."
Yes, that is true. I don't know yet for certain where my crew and I plan to travel next, but we could meet you there whenever we get the chance to.
Certainly, that'd work for us. We can. Now, the Boneyard is difficult to navigate, so there won't be there won't be good ways of finding a place within it, but we can certainly find some way of communicating with you through the seas or through the waters in a way that we can tell you where we can meet and tell you what we know.
That would be very, very wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate your help in fixing something that I caused.
I wouldn't apologize, child. I think... And you kind of see like Quar goes into her own personal beliefs and goes, "This may just be prophecy coming to fruition. I wouldn't apologize for that. And if things can move forward, or perhaps be turned back, then we're excited to be working with you.
And are you? One last thing, and I'll let you get back to bed. Although you should probably make your exit before. Well, no one can see you from the shores, but I imagine my parents will be returning soon, and I'm sure you would not like to see them, just as I would like them to not see you.
We are in agreement there, yes.
Wonderful. I just want to ask, Quara, you are the leader of this group?
Captain.
Yes?
Aye, yes.
Captain, yes. How did that come to be?
Give me a quick persuasion check.
Pretty please. Pretty please.
Please.
13.
With a 13, you get the sense, Olive, that Quara and Jordan touch their necks when they are remembering the past or when they're thinking of a life that could be. And Quara's hand almost like instinctually goes up to her neck, and you realize that question is probably tied to what happened to them, and that's very difficult for them to talk about. But Quara does say, sometimes it's as simple as having a ship, having a crew, and the lack of a leader means death. And when we found the Riptide, and we had to push off into the sea, inaction was the worst option. And someone had to make a call. Someone had to be listened to. Someone had to lead. And in all honesty, whether it was due to my age, whether it was due to a command, whether it was due to luck, everyone here, and she puts an arm around Jordan, looked to me.
Thank you. I know it must be hard to discuss, but I appreciate your insight. I only asked because it's something I've been thinking about lately.
She invites you to say more. She gives you that space.
I want to make something of myself. I want to be more than Olivine Terraborg or middle child of the Terraborgs. I want to be me. I want people to tell stories, or when they hear stories, they just say the name Olive. And Captain Olive doesn't sound too bad when I think about it.
Cora looks at you, and she nods, and Jordan gets a huge smile on her face. And I think Jordan would speak first and say, it's really cool to hear you say that, honestly. The idea of, I guess, seizing your own destiny and making something from yourself. It's like something that comes from the songs. And I think you'd be pretty good at it. To be honest, you just kind of summon us out of midair that one time, and that's a pretty song-worthy thing to do. And then Quara kind of steps in and kind of tempers the excitement and goes, But in addition to that, you seem capable in the way that the times that we've talked and the times that we've seen you fight. Not to say that emotions don't influence action, but at least from what we've seen, cooler heads have prevailed, even when brutality was the conclusion. And I think that's a very valuable quality to have in a captain, because on these waters, in this land, violence is not possible. Violence is inevitable. And to have someone who can maintain control of a situation while also having the will to stop threats to the utmost extent, I can see no person better qualified in your team than you.
Thank you. Any advice for how to broach that with my crew without coming off too strong?
I would say that a captain should never call themselves captain unless in the most dire of circumstance. What I would say is start making decisions and asking for permission and saying it as if your opinion is worth less than others is a good way to make people not follow you. So never try to force people to do things they don't want to unless it's literally life or death. But start making calls that are sound, and when people push back, because they will, push back harder. Not in a way that's disrespectful, mind you. It's very important to make sure that people feel valued. But you need to make it feel like you are competent in a way that they can trust. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does. Thank you. I will think about it.
Hi. And give me a quick insight check before we cut away.
9.
Oh, Jordan helps you. Jordan, and that actually does make sense. That's just not me being nice.
Oh, yay. That's so much better. 21.
21. You would already know that Quara is the mother of Jordan. Very clearly. That was explained 20 sessions ago, basically. But you get the sense that Quara is happy that you're asking this, because in this moment, with the incredible, the insane situation of the Umberly connection, and you're a sorcerer, and you might be the chosen of Umberly, and you've connected with Quara and Jordan outside of all of that crazy shit, in this moment, you are a child asking Quara, a mother, an experienced one, for advice. And there is a small, look in her eye of, oh, I appreciate that, and I'm going to give you an answer like you're part of my family. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And anything else?
Please get some rest. I apologize again for waking you, and I look forward to seeing you all again.
You as well, Captain Olive. And Quara extends her hand to shake your forearm in a very piratey fashion.
I complete the gesture.
Completed a nice firm shake back and forth, and Jordan kind of steps around Quara, and just as you break away from her, just gives you a big hug, over the shoulders hug, and goes, "We'll be setting off this evening, so you won't be seeing under your command, Captain Olive. So you won't be seeing us in the morning, but we'll be in contact as soon as we learn anything."
I give her a big hug back. Thank you. Be safe.
Breaks away, and just before you exit, they say, "Safe travels, and we know the waters will be kind."
I do too.
They salute
And
you.
I will. Go ahead. Sorry, finish.
No, they salute you. Yeah.
I salute them back, and then I run and swan dive off the ship into like crowd surfing. The shadow steed catches her and submerges her under the waves.
And as the waves and the bubbles and begin to just kind of whip, and your hair gets tossed around as you begin heading back towards the shore, we are going to and cut away to Mud. Mud, who also wishes to sneak away this evening on the Grip Isle. Mud, in the sand room, what do you do?
Mud lays down flat on the bed for a couple minutes, sits up, turns on his side, lays there for a couple minutes, turns to the other side, lays face down on the bed, sits up, and goes, "Okay." And then will, as delicately as possible, tiptoe out of his room and out of the house, and we'll just kind of we'll head towards the beach.
Okay.
And standing there, he looks up at all the stars above his head, takes off his boots, takes off his shirt, and just wades into the water.
Okay.
And we'll stand there in the waves, feeling like the water run through his fingers, feel it run through the hole in his chest, and we'll think very hard, and then we'll start to wash the dirt and blood off of himself. The mud that's caked into the creases of his face. We'll use the salt water to wash it all off of him. We'll clean his hair in a way that had it's almost crusty with how unwashed he is.
We've all been there. Yep.
Yeah. And he just kind of stands there for a while and just rocks back and forth, and then turns around and starts to look for Carpet.
Mom,
visitor.
we're role playing. Yeah.
A visitor.
Busy time. Not a problem. I absolutely love that, and that's super cool. And also, you guys are fucking doing great. And honestly, I'm seeing a lot of respect and a lot of patience from everybody, giving everybody their space. And jumping on bits is always okay, but that's awesome. And thank you guys. I appreciate that. I love seeing
our
my
shows.
I
Watching our
love seeing each
shows.
of you kind of get deeper into your dudes. What's up?
I'm sorry, my mom came in the room, so I missed all of that.
No, you were no. Just giving general thanks and love and appreciation.
We are watching our shows.
Watching shows. So you start looking for Carpet, 100%. But just a quick question for you, because you say that Mud while washing himself, very gentle seas, just the slow rhythmic splashing of these foamy waves up onto these beautiful, immaculate white sands, and illuminated by the moon and stars above you. What is Mud thinking of right now?
Mud he's so tired that he can't really emote right now. He has this just general numbness to him that he's not mad at. It's actually kind of nice, but I think there's a part of Mud that is there's a very, very large part, and for most of his time, he thought it was his whole part, all of himself, that doesn't see himself as a person or as like a sentient being. Kind of like he sees himself more as a means to an end. Like I think he doesn't have enough faith in himself to think that he was brought back for any other reason besides revenge, you know? And besides doing what he feels he must do. And so for a while he just kind of coasted with that thought, and then for the first time, like a few nights, like ever since he started to get some more druidic power back in him, and he started to like recognize parts of himself that like maybe he would have been this person if not for what had happened to him. You know, the streams are getting crossed, and he's there's now a very, very small part of him that's wants to hope and wants to be like, oh, but what if? And I think if he wasn't so tired, he'd be terrified of what that implies, because it's so much easier to not be a person, and so it's just so much simpler. And he's thinking all of this, and it kind of like he's on autopilot, but like this small part has taken over during autopilot because the large part is just numb, and that's the part that's like making him wash himself and clean himself. Okay, I got you. Now, I was listening in there, and give me a quick nature check with advantage. I'm going to explain why in just a little bit. 11. Wait, no, 12.
A 12. As you are kind of just washing yourself in this like kind of chest high water, after you are done, again, this great tiresome nature comes over you, and you begin to walk back onto the shore. Bless you. And you begin to walk back onto the shore, and you're able to see where you left your clothes and your belongings. And as you begin to kind of ready yourself back up, like within your garments, you're able to notice that small little clams that create those small holes on the beach that kind of push up like bubbles, essentially. They begin to surface in the sand around your feet and begin kind of chirping away just a little bit with a 12. Because you got a 12, give me a flat insight check.
I'm gonna flip my coin.
Okay.
6.
A 6. Okay.
Hey, double a 3.
That is that. When you put it like that, it's like a nat 20. I mean, if a 3 will get you something, what will a 6 get you? Oh,
mama.
What I will say is, so I'm not going to give you that much, because I think, as you said, Mud is still very much like coming to the terms with the fact that where it's like, oh, I might be a person, and that's horrifying, because if you're not just meant to do one thing, that means you can do a ton of things, and you don't know what's the best one to do, and that can be very intimidating for anybody. But what I'll give you one little hint before you can go off to find Carpet, is that during that entire conversation you just had, kind of going into Mud's inner machinations, you didn't say the word /claw once. And with that, you are able to walk back to the Terborg Manor to go find Carpet if you wish.
Yeah. I think Mud just leaves his shoes and shirt like folded neatly on the beach.
Oh, okay. Got it.
He will like push his hair back so it's not in his face, it's not covering his face. Yeah, chest. Oh, yeah. Fuck, yeah, his chest hole is out.
Oh, I just fully, yeah.
I've thought of the terrible you know, it's the chest hole ussy. So here we go.
Oh my god. The foulest fucking... It's black skin that has been carved out of you. It's not... If there's a hole in a wall, it's not called a wall pussy. It's just called a hole.
That's what you think.
Okay. Well, and also... wall pussy. Just like displaying your wounds, you're able to begin to wander if you wish.
Yeah, I look for Carpet.
Look for Carpet.
Or Leon.
No problem. You're able to find Carpet inside of the Terraborg Manor, and he is sleeping in a Fion being a more like notable servant, is currently sleeping within the Terraborg Manor in like better chambers. Carpet can be found like where the servants are sleeping, so not like squalor, they're not like being abused or anything like that, but very clearly it's like shared quarters, like bunk beds, things like that, still like a private lavatory for them, but not nearly the lavish nature of the guest houses or like the guest rooms that you were in or Karu was in. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to find him immediately because he's the only person with a tail hanging off onto the floor.
I will druidcraft, have a, like, the smell of, seawater around him, and, like, the smell of fish, and, like, hope to, like, rouse him enough from his sleep that,
Okay.
I won't have to say anything. And wake up all these other innocent people and go, ah!
Oh my god! Get the doctor! You are able to watch at... Give me a quick insight check.
Ooh, that's okay. That's a 14.
For the first Mud, and I think this is very relevant to you, you're able to watch... Leon, kind of, also, by the way, we can call him Leon, that's really cool. His name is spelled Lian, so it is Leon, not Leon, but we know what we're talking about, so it's fine.
Just say it with an accent.
Okay.
Leon Schmedity.
Leon. Alright, got it. So, Leon, you're able to see him go these, like, kind of shorter kind of breaths as he's curled up on this cot. As he, for the first time, you see him go... And you see a deep breath as his back raises and then falls. And with a 14, this seems like the first relaxed breath he's had in a very long time. And he rises, he turns, and he sees you. And I'll make a quick... do you cover the hole in your chest, or is that still prominent even though your arms are crossed?
It's because it's like right here. He'd have to be like this.
Oh, got it.
Ah, you beastly boy, don't look at me.
He looks down, he sees your chest wound, very obviously, he does not notice it, he then meets your eyes, and then looks to the people sleeping around, and then waits for instruction from you. He gets up, his tail kind of dragging behind him, he then leaves his chamber, and then follows you.
I turn and I'm imagining we're still pretty close to the beach, right?
Oh yeah, within walking distance easily.
Yeah. I take him to where like our feet are in the sand.
Okay, you're able to watch his like wider, kind of like stumpier feet begin to like move the sand out of the way, and he plants himself there, and he waits for you to speak.
Did you ever have dreams, Leon?
His tail kind of begins like instinctually like moving through the water, and he says to you, kind of like pitter patters his feet back and forth. Not really. And that's not me not trying to answer the question, but for the last 3 years or so, it's just kind of been It's been easier. I've just learned to have people to tell me what to do, and then I do it, and then I'm not punished.
They always find a way to punish you anyways, though.
A deep gulp goes down his throat as he just nods his head.
I don't really have dreams either. It's easier, like you said. I wonder though, now that you're free, and what does free really even mean, but where are you gonna go?
Leon kind of, like, instincts kind of kicking in. He does a little circle in the sand, just like the instincts of a shark, and just to keep moving at all times. And he does a little circle, and he says, when I spoke to Fiona earlier, I said that Olive told me I could stay, and that I wanted to be helpful, and I said that I'd be more than happy to help clean up all of the damage that was caused before going to bed. And that very nice water genasi man, he put his hand on my back, and I flinched a little bit, and then he just very quickly said, "Thank you." And I haven't been told that in a very long time. And at least right now, I want to be in a place where people say thank you.
I think Mud just stands there for a bit and just processes his words. Who you worked with, who you had to work for, were the people who set me down the path that led to this. And I didn't know I was capable of forgiveness, and I don't even know if it's what I feel for you. 'Cause I don't really feel like you need it. At least not from me. But I want you to know that the people who told me to think of you like somebody I cared about are the kind of people who are gonna say thank you to you when you help them out. And I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't even know why I've waited this long. And Mud, because apparently he has a spell slot left, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
We'll cast Fairy Fire and just make little glimmering constellations fill the space around them.
Leon is thoroughly impressed. Leon, his name's not. You guys have gaslit me into thinking that it's Leon. Leon, Carpet, whatever. Carpet looks very impressed by that.
I don't know, Nope, I don't know, Leon. I have a hard time. I have a hard time finding any kind of.
I saw it too.
I have a hard time finding any kind of empathy or sympathy for people who are from our world, no matter how low on the pecking order they are. But I don't know. Enmud will, from his pocket, take out a small pouch, and in it are some broken bits of very colorful coral, some sand dollars that he's found, and then about 50 gold pieces. And he throws it to Leon, and I don't know if it's too late for me or not, but if you get a chance to be a person again, good luck.
Leon kind of takes the bag in his hands, and give me an insight check with advantage very quickly, because this is a very personal conversation between the two of you.
Yes. 19.
A 19. Leon looks guilty to have this bag in his hand. And he looks between you and the bag several times, like he's contemplating giving it back. And if it is appropriate, we can finish on a bit of an anecdote from Leon that relates to this situation. And going off of the phrase of, like, I don't know what kind of person I want to be, like, I don't know where I'm going to be going from here, just like that statement of ambiguity on your own path. And Leon says, I don't think that I'm someone you want to give gifts to. When they first came to me, when Nine Rose first came to me about the Shiver Gang, it was this pitch about being around the strongest and about having purpose and helping out this vast organization and being above people. And I'll be honest, I'm never going to be as big or as strong or as confident or as deadly as any of them, and I thought that would be a way to feel that way, to be able to live that fantasy, I guess. And he's like, he starts doing circles in the sand, kind of tail dragging, kind of like making a bit of a circle deeper and deeper as it keeps etching its way in. And he says, but then when I joined these, they people that were under me, under the Shiver Gang, they looked at me and they were terrified, and the people that were above me degraded me, and they beat me up and they insulted me, and they sold me on the idea of power, and all I did was suffer with everyone. And so I feel guilty that I was used to hurt people. And so I don't think I want this from you, because I'm not, I understand that I'm not as strong or as confident as anybody. And he tries to hand the bag back to you. And like, as he's trying to do that, he kind of finishes and says, and I don't know if I'm a good person or not, but what I will say is that not knowing where you want to go, I don't know what I'm going to do either. I don't know if I want to work here or if I'm going to want to travel again. But all I know is that if I become strong, I never want to treat anybody like how I was treated.
I'm not a good person either. Far from it. there's a lot I don't give two shits about. And pain and suffering did not make me stronger. It killed me. It broke me. And there are days where I just feel like a bunch of shattered pieces, sloppily glued back together, pretending to be real. I don't really care if you don't think you're worthy of it. Because I didn't give it to you because I think you deserve it, or you've earned it, or whatever. I don't think your suffering makes you... I don't think pain is a currency. I'm giving you that because I'm selfish. And maybe if I could be a person someday, somebody might do that for me. So, keep the money, keep the whatever. And if you ever do become big and strong, maybe you can learn how to be kind.
He looks to you, and the last thing that is said before we're going to cut away and take a quick break is you say, learn to be kind, and Leanne looks back, and finally, after like walking towards you with you kind of like rejecting receiving this bag, he clutches it, kind of puts it close to his stomach and goes, like you.
Why does it feel so bad?
I'm sorry. I thought it was.
Yeah, almost, basically. I didn't do this to make you like me or anything like that. I don't know. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
You're lucky you still have your name. And we'll walk.
As you begin to walk away, you're able to hear as he pours the like sand dollar and like the sea glass like in from the pouch into his hand, and with that as mud as you can return to your room and find whatever rest comes. Oh nope.
He sits on the beach next to his stuff.
Okay.
And will fall asleep there.
Falling asleep in nature, very appropriate for Mud. I apologize for trying to take that away from you.
How dare you?
And with everybody finding rest, we're going to take a very quick break before we come back. Y'all doing so good. You're doing
Good
so
job, everybody.
well.
Good job, everybody.
Sorry for all the long pauses.
No, shush.
I honestly wish that I had that power, because what I do is just go, and just like, I'll just like keep the treadmill running regardless. But yeah.
You.
My brain was like, if you keep pausing for too long, you will just flatline and you'll just be like,
Just out.
Fish heart.
But like, I think it's super interesting, the idea of like Carpet and Mud chatting, and I also think it's super cool that like Quara and Jordan and Olive having this conversation about captainhood. I think it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a big detox at the end of this. But again, we're not gonna be going for that much longer. Very quick break, just to go get to the bathroom. But yes, thank you for everybody coming to the table. We'll see you again in a little bit. So see you soon. Woo. There we go. And we are back. Perfection. All right. So we can, unless there's anything else that people want, I'm going to give a quick 3 seconds. Anybody want to do anything else in the evening? All right. Given the answer is no. Yeah. What's up?
So I think it's funny. Just like Olive coming back in, just sees Mud asleep on the sand, and
Yeah.
is like, you know what, he's probably better out here.
Yeah, Olive, you see Mud 50 yards off sleeping with just a little bit of growth of grass around him, like nature kind of circling him just a tad.
I'll leave him to that. I was trying to find it, send it in chat, but if anyone's watched The White Lotus season 1, Mud sleeping on the beach reminds me of this one kid who sleeps on the beach while they're on vacation and just wraps himself in the duvet on a beach chair with his Nintendo Switch.
He
I'll
does
try
what
to
you
find
mean.
it. Mud
That's-
behavior.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll try to find it. I'll send it later.
Well, Olive, passing Mud like 2 ships in the night, you are able to retire to your room and sleep through the evening. Relatively uneventful, warm, soft feather beds, heavy comforters, the cool sea breeze making your rooms the perfect temperature for sleep, and you're able to wake up to the sun coming up over the ocean horizon. And it's a bright new day, a long rest for all of you, and you guys can pop off in whatever way you see fit.
Long rest. Long rest.
Long rest.
I no
long-
longer have-
at
What's up?
12 hit points.
No, you had less than the dregs of hit points, Cowrie.
I've been at 6 hit points this whole time.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Cowrie's having these
God.
conversations while holding their organs inside of their body.
Pulling a Mud.
Pull the mud.
So yeah,
Yep.
Fiona cooks you all breakfast from the main kitchen, brings it out to the main dining area where you guys were able to see through from the library. You guys now are able to notice that the cabinet is built into the wall and is like the back half of the secret door. And you guys see this spread of shellfish and eggs and the flatbread with orange juice and coconut water and water laid out for all of you.
Very nice.
Thank you, Fionn.
God, how does he sound? Fuck.
Irish.
Irish. Anytime, Miss Terraborg. And he recluses himself. And waits. There's also a little bell if you guys want to call him back in for anything.
Cowrie resists the urge to swipe the bell. And this is Olive's home.
Oh shit, wait. If Mud has a giant hole in his chest, how does when he eats? Oh god. We'll just say it's magic. It's magic.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the hole in Mud's chest, right?
Yes, you have.
Yes.
Yes. But for the most part, Mud is wearing a shirt generally.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's just the kind of the noticing it, and the Cowrie kind of looks at Olive are we gonna talk about it? And isn't gonna bring it up, and just the trying to be normal about it.
Give me a quick.
He has his shirt,
yeah.
but it's just open. He's just
Give me a quick.
Okay,
Give me
okay.
a quick perception check.
No.
Yeah. Perception check.
Okay. 17.
You're able to see that as Fiona walks away, he kind of opens the door, closes the door, and as the door begins to close, you guys are able to see the grip aisle medicine woman standing there with a satchel of herbs and salts and sea rocks that are used in healing, kind of cleric magic for Sylvanas, and just kind of waits there as the door closes. As you guys realize that Fiona has recognized that, called in the doctor, and is just waiting for Mud to collapse, and it's just kind of and Fiona's not yet, and kind of just gives her a little bit of time.
Do I know this woman's name?
Oh, fuck you.
Bertha. Bertha.
Yeah,
Bertha,
what is he?
Bertha.
Oh, wait,
I'm sorry.
Bertha Bosun.
well, the Irish name generator isn't broken. That's awesome.
What do you mean the satyr name generator isn't working?
Hey, look, sometimes, guys, the curtain comes down. Her name would be Riley.
Riley, everything's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. She quickly gives you a nod. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I just heard a clang in my apartment somewhere.
Ooh.
Entertain
Clang,
chat.
clang, clang, clang.
We're in the walls.
We're in the walls. We're in the goddamn walls.
The little rat boys live in your walls.
Yeah. Oh man.
We just see like Drew start fist fighting somebody off screen.
But I also
music-
what were you gonna say?
No, it's just say the music switches by itself. Just fighting music.
Somebody else comes in and says, "Roll initiative." We see them
The whole
both
different
roll for initiative, and Drew just punches them.
Oh no.
Are we going? You said we were gonna go shopping today.
Yes. What were you gonna say, Darby? Before?
Oh, I was gonna say that Kara kind of looks like shit. Did not sleep well.
Oh no!
Was like, this will fix me. I'll think about it and it will fix me, and it didn't.
Oh,
What did I come in on?
I'm just
Carrie
saying that
didn't
Carrie
sleep
looks like shit
well.
because they didn't sleep well.
No. Boo. But yes, Riley is kind of just like standing in the back and kind of nods to Olive and like takes a step back from the door and still very clearly is just standing there and waiting in case anything happens.
Mud actually looks healthier than he has in a while. I think the dark circles under his eyes are a little bit more faded.
The healthiest face coupled with the worst possible wound a person can go through.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are able to eat and discuss what you want to do with the day.
so ship repairs or
Yes.
yes, ship repairs. Yes, bud.
I've also realized I don't know if I'm allowed to have armor with my class, but I got hit like a lot during that
Yes,
last
yeah.
fight, and I'm thinking maybe that isn't something we want to repeat going forward.
That would be wise. We will also need supplies for our journey. There's a general store that I'm sure has something that will work. Until we get somewhere that maybe has better armor.
Yeah.
Yes, Cody.
I was just going to say that if armor won't work for you, we could look for a shield as well.
Yeah.
That too.
Shield might be best.
And restocking on healing potions might be good. I think I've got one left.
I have none, so that is very smart.
I don't have any.
None
We'll get you
whatsoever.
Yes, but you have healing.
Yes.
True. Okie doke. Ship repairs, armor and or shield.
Oh wait, I have
Potions.
the restorative ointment.
Ah, right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You've got
so I'm
healing
good.
sludge.
Healing sludge and
Oh,
healing
well,
hands.
I was gonna say more like Vaseline, but okay.
What is
Aquaphor.
Vaseline if not sludge?
Mhm.
Slugging.
So true. Slugging. All right. Is Leon?
Leon,
how
yes.
it's Leon. Is Leon around?
Yes, Leon is currently dining within. You guys would be able to just know this. He's currently dining within the less extravagant servant quarters within the manor.
I'll just call to him. Leon, would you like to join us? We're doing a bit of shopping.
He comes out and says, yes, I would. And you're able to see Mud that he has that satchel that was gifted to him with the 50 gold and also with the all those little trinkets in it.
Great. To the docks.
To the ducks.
Okay, to the docks. You guys are able to walk to the Grip Isle docks, specifically for the ship repairs, correct? That's what you want to do first? If you want to do like general shopping,
Yes.
honestly, if you want to hit general shopping first, then go to the docks, it's like just like the order of the way the town works, but it's up to you.
Excuse me. Yeah, if it's on the way, we can do general shopping first and then ship repairs.
Not a problem. Leon happily hops into the canal system and begins swimming as he is more comfortable to do so. But whether you choose to walk or swim, you are able to find your way over to one of these very, it's a larger thatched roof home, same kind of construction. But inside, instead of you seeing dwellings or kitchens or beds, you're able to see a small little setup with a sign in Primordial, again, very isolated island. But all of you would know this is called what the store washed in. A nice little play on words of what the shore washed in. The general, basically the only general store that doesn't sell food specifically and just sells like general items that have been traded at the Triple S mother location or have been created by the smiths and workers in town. There's an older man that runs it. All of you would know him as Caden, and he is happy to help you. And to not bog this down because we're looking to move a little bit faster, what does each of you want to get?
I'm going to get I'm going to get 2 more potions of healing.
Okay, absolutely.
And that's all.
Okay, 2 potions of healing.
I'll do the same.
Okay, but 4 potions of healing total for both of you. Just a little, just instead of being like ornate glass cases like from the well or from the arbor, you're able to see these are hand carved stone powder containers.
Nice.
Given to you. Mud, anything from the general store?
Mud is looking for like a shield or in general, having like woken up like on the sand, like feeling like washed. Mud, I think, wants to find like some clothes that allow him to be, because he like armor's not really something that he will utilize. He can utilize. He's not trained in it. He doesn't like a whole lot of layers on him.
Okay.
And so I think instead he's looking for like a shirt or some kind of garb that will let his skin be as exposed to the elements as possible, as to like nature as possible, while also covering up the giant hole in his chest. So I know we are getting treacherously close to like the anime girl armor kind of fit right now. And so
well,
like, no, there's a canon reason why he must show as much skin as possible.
actually, I do kind of get what you're saying right now. Let me know if this kind of makes sense. So first of all, for a just simple wooden shield that boosts your AC by 2, now it would mean that you'd be unable to make like bonus action extra attacks with your hands if you have that equipped, so there will be a downside. But that simple wooden shield, only 10 gold pieces. Number 1. Number 2, for that kind of looser clothing that you were discussing before, there are 2 main versions of clothes the Grip Isle kind of specializes in. One, you kind of see, at least what Olive began this game in, kind of like more formal wear, again dressed similar to a barmaid in some ways, but again kind of classic kind of puffy shirt off of the shoulders, like puffed out with like almost like a corset and like a almost like flowy kind of like leathery pants. That's like travel wear. For those that are native to the Grip Isle though, a lot of clothing that you've seen like from the scarce number of residents that have been moving around or enjoying their time outside of their homes, they wear this unique material that's a lighter kind. It's not like rough cloth. It's made from this like soft elastic material that allows it to flow and hang off of the skin, kind of speaking to the warmer beach climates of this place, but also dries very quickly due to its elasticity. And this clothing, almost kind of like beach shirts that we would buy like today, but usually worn to be a bit what is it called? Fit a bit looser, and you're able to find a piece that would usually go underneath like some kind of cloak or robe, but you can just buy it on its own. That's like a deep V cut that would actually go right, the V would end right underneath where your sternum is. So it would still have the hole exposed if you would like that, but would still flow kind of off of you, kind of allowing your skin to breathe. Make sense?
Yeah, I think Mud picks one of those shirts, but he picks one where the sleeves like stop here.
Absolutely, yes.
Mud in general, like he wears very simple clothes, but like kind of like, because he's so neurodivergent coded because I came up with him, but like it's that thing of like where like all of a sudden you've decided you hate a certain piece of clothing on you, and you're just like, ah. And so like he is finding this looser fit, and I think he like has like asks Olive or somebody who like can sew a little bit, just to like put, just in case, a button and a slit, like so if he needs to cover up his hole for like, oh my god, the sentence cover
One way of saying it.
Jesus Christ,
It's gonna be a clip for sure.
But yeah, I think he definitely goes for that. And then also just like a little leather or elastic to like tie his hair up.
Absolutely. And if you want to, so we'll say that the total shopping trip, 25 gold pieces. We can have all that done, lickety split. And Darby, you had something to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I actually have a sewing kit, so Callie will absolutely help you with any little modifications you want to make.
Perfect.
Yeah, just like a button, so I don't give children nightmares.
Okay, options there. Open if you want it open, close if you want it closed.
Awesome. So 23 gold pieces total. It was going to be 2 gold for the sewing, but 23 gold pieces and all good there. So anything else with the general store?
How much were the healing potions?
Oh my god, healing. Let me actually just Google that real quick.
I think the ones I have, because I did the ones that you just add from D&D Beyond, and the regular potions of healing I think are 50 gold.
Okay.
Do you want minor? Yes, a common potions of healing is 50 gold a pop.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
Okay, so that'd be 100 from each of you, so 200 total. And if that is good for the general store, we can move down to Orla and her dockside ship repair station.
Yes. Thank you, Caden. Appreciate doing business with you.
I was happy to help you. Again, older Genasi man. And you guys are able to exit out of what the store washed in.
Ooh.
Okay. Orla and her crew working again. All hands working on one singular ship, with nothing else really being done. I think it was mentioned that you guys wanted the name to be changed, correct? You said that to Orla before you retired for the evening.
Yes.
Okay, let me just see how far along the work has gotten. Okay, you guys are able to see that the HTK Exterminator has been keel-hauled up onto the shore, and workers suspended by ropes like little sitting platforms have begun to paint over well, first of all, have scraped off the paint, rusted and decrepit, that said SV Ramshackle, and have begun to debut the letters HTK Exterminator, wider and in like proper print, not really having denoted the way that you wanted them to do it, but in like simple block letters with a black outline with a dark purple internal. The HTK is coming along, and they're at Exter so far.
Nice.
Good morning, Orla. The work's looking great so far.
Old Genasi woman, again, mainly slipping in a primordial with half of her sentences, goes, "Well, good morning to you, Olive. I hope you're liking the work today."
Absolutely. We came by to tack on a little bit more work in terms of repairs and upgrades.
So you wish me to be upgrading the ship, Lydia?
Yes, of course.
I'm very surprised you can understand me. She goes, "Well, Olive, I am happy to tell you that you're going to be receiving the family rate because you're just so wonderful." And she like kind of pinches your cheek a little bit.
Thank you, Orla. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that.
But what kind of a person would I be if I did not?
Thank you, Orla. I really, really, truly appreciate it.
But of course, just to let us know what kind of improvements you want us to make, and for the discounted rate, we'll make sure we can make that happen for you.
Yes, of course. Well, obviously, we'd like to have the sails and the helm and the hull back up to tip-top shape. Nothing fancy, just, back to restorative order. But we were also hoping to upgrade, make the hull a bit stronger, if you catch my drift.
Orla leans back from you and goes, "Boys, we're making it tip-top shape!" And just yells out in perfectly understandable common to the entire crew working the ship. Okay, so now kind of delving into the ship upgrades, you would like to heal everything back up to full.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kate and I did the math on this earlier if you guys want to check it. It's going to be 10 gold for every HP that you want to be healed. So it's going to be 250 gold total to get that healed up. That's number one, correct?
Yes.
Okay, if you want to subtract that from the ship funds or personal funds, I believe there's enough in the ship funds for that. Go ahead
Yes,
and
there's enough in there.
subtract that.
Goodness. Quick maths.
Quick maths.
1, 7. Okay, got it.
Okay, excellent. And then in addition to that, the special family discount, if you wish to do those upgrades, if you're able to scrounge together 1,000 gold pieces, you are able to upgrade either the strength stat of the ramshackle, which is currently -1, or upgrade the AC of the ramshackle, which is currently a 14. Which would you guys prefer? Or you can do the AC by 1 and the strength score by 1, whatever makes the most sense. So what do you guys want to do?
I think we settled on AC and strength.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely perfect. So to increase the strength score of the ramshackle, Orla and her pit crew are able to line there is no ram on the front of your ship, but are able to reinforce the helm with these small iron bars, essentially, that would better hold the railings and the helm of it to better hold together in the defense of grappling, or the defense of like someone ramming into you, or basically if it's like a contest between ships, it gives you just a little bit more power and sturdiness to kind of knock people out of the way. Increases the strength by 1, so you're just a +0, there's no negative modifier. And then over to the AC itself, reinforces the outside of your ship. And we're gonna say they're able to just take the wood of where the name is and put it on top of what they're doing now, is able to reinforce this wood, even although repaired months ago, as beaten up as it may be, some holes in it. As they begin patching it up, it is a reinforced leather coated on the inside and then hardened wood on the outside. You guys can now choose the color of what you want the ramshackle to be.
Exterminator.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Hey, the renaming isn't done yet. It's technically not the Exterminator yet.
It's the HDK Exter.
So yes, and you don't need to decide that now, but the color of the ship can be decided.
Darby said brown. I heard brown.
Okay, like a dark brown?
I think precisely and anyone who feels strongly otherwise, we can also do a fun color. I kind of want it to be precisely the color of a cockroach.
Yes.
Like that kind of like
Reddish,
Reddish,
brown.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to be able to describe this
Like
perfectly.
a warm brown.
Gross.
A warm roachy
I love
brown.
it. Orla goes,
You want me to be doing a cockroach brown?
Yes.
Yes.
We've had this wood sitting around for ages. We thought no one would ever want to use it. Perfect. Boys!
and calls out, and you guys are able to watch as the wooden externals of the ramshackle, having been this sun-bleached, although repaired, sun-bleached, light, almost sand tan, begins to be taken apart piece by piece and replaced with this reddish brown
Bless you.
This reddish, oh, bless you, by the way, reddish brown, hardened, kind of like leather bound wood, increasing your AC by 1. And also, I know that Gab, shout out to Gab, mentioned that's like, let's rename it to the MRPHD. Well, you didn't get that name, Gab, but you did get reddish brown wood. So it is kind, so you got a little bit of that. And suddenly, after several hours have passed, you are now staring at a new and improved ramshackle, the HTK Exterminator. The same color as a cockroach, with beautiful black and purple lettering on the side, denoting your vessel. One that you can be proud to sail. Perfect. Wonderful, wonderful.
And for bookkeeping purposes, I will throw in the 383 gold to get us back up to 1,000 in the ship fund for that AC and strength
Okay.
upgrade.
So then with all of that, the ship fund can now be brought down to 0, and you guys can catalog all of that, what I just said in the document. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
How much you put in, Carrie? Sorry.
383 to get us up
Yes.
to 1,000 from the
Yes.
617.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
Then we are back down to zilch. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yep. Bills in. And now.
Watch you type it and then delete it again.
Okay. So as we just got that all sorted out, I unless there are any final conversations that wish to be had, and of course not trying to rush you guys out of here, but I think the last thing regarding like planning is where you guys plan to go next.
You said a couple hours have passed by, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So it's like lunchtime.
It is lunchtime, yes.
Lunchtime. My favorite time of the day.
Thank you so much, Orla. The ship looks fantastic. I will be sure to give you all the any recommendations to anyone who asks or sees our ship, as you deserve it.
To any of those that are passing by, it would be wonderful for you to send them our way, because the sea is in our blood, child, and it always feels nice to put a little bit of ourselves into the ships that we work with.
Of course. Thank you so much again. This is Liam, by the way. I gestured to him. He's going to be sticking around here for as long as he wants.
Orla kind of looks over to Leanne and kind of like, with her cane, kind of thunk, 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 and like gets like really close to him and goes, "I've never seen someone like you before." And Leanne goes, "Hi, what?" And Orla goes,
We'll teach you in time. You want to work?
and Leanne goes, "I really only got work from that, but I'm willing to help out where I have to." And Orla goes,
We'll send somebody by to get you from the terrible manor then, and it's yours.
and Orla and Leanne start having a conversation that is fully one way. As Orla understands Leanne, Orla responds, and Leanne has no idea what she's saying. He gets a word every here or there.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. Liam, we're going to grab some lunch at the tavern. You're welcome to join us if you'd like.
I'm gonna make a quick coin flip for Leanne. Leanne looks to you and goes, kind of does a quick circle and goes, would you mind if I chatted with Orla?
Not at all. Please. She's a wonderful conversationalist.
Orla is still talking as you guys are having this conversation. As Leanne kind of just the smallest little hint of a smile as he makes one of his first decisions of what he wants to do. And you guys are able to go and get yourselves some lunch.
To the tavern.
To the tavern, indeed, the Triple S.
Oh, are we able to get rations from somewhere?
Yes, let me check to see how much rations cost.
Do we get them from the tavern or just from a shop?
You can get them from the tavern easily, yeah. Any place that sells food would sell just meals for, especially because the Triple S is right near the docks, and so it makes sense for like people to go there to like restock on things. You're able to step into the Triple S, and it is early in the morning. Again, you see like several kind of just general workers there working to clean up from the evening before things properly open. But seeing you come in, Olive, some of the chefs begin starting fires in case you are in need of any food. And also, this place is not the same kind of destroyed atmosphere that the Triple S is within the Arbor. As you guys are able to look around, the chairs and the tables and the lighting fixtures in here are much more old-fashioned in a way. And you get maybe 50-50 shot here, either because, one, the original location, the first location, they wanted to kind of hold on to that rustic feel, but also because they might not get enough traffic here to properly upgrade their establishment. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and then so like as burners begin being not burners, what the fuck are we talking about? As fires begin to be turned on, yeah, sure, whatever. And you guys are able to
fire up the grill.
Yeah, exactly. You're able to just kind of sit yourselves down or just find a place for you to rest and get some lunch.
It's Korean barbecue style.
Exactly. Yeah, the kitchen staff comes over and it's like, you got it's a guy named Phelan, just like a usual like teenage like summer job water genasi. Goes, fucking cook it yourselves. We're cleaning up right now. We're not even open. And just walks away.
I promise it's more hospitable during regular hours. But,
he goes, oh fuck, Olive Terror work. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. No. I totally understand. I've worked here all my life. I completely understand.
Oh, it feels. He kind of like puts an arm on you and he goes, It feels so nice to have someone that also like worked in service that like just like knows how hard it can be. I was short with you. I apologize. I saw them. I just thought the person with like all the shiny stuff on them just was like some kind of noble, so we have to open it back up and things like that. So,
you are right to assume that. This is Kaori, and this is Mud. They are part of my crew that I'm traveling with at the moment.
Oh. Kind of bows to you, Kaori, and goes, my lord? Sir? Pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
If you would need anything, most of the things that we use to make food are not ready to do that, but I will give you whatever we can.
That's more than enough.
We very much appreciate it. Is Mitchell working today?
Mitchell is always working, yes.
Would you, I'll come and find him. I don't need to drag him out here. I'll be right back. And I'll head to the back looking for Mitchell.
Perfect. You're able to go into a small, very quickly, small like management center, like a back room storage area that is also combined with like a like small little ledger area to like keep track of like, okay, how many people came in? Because even though this is a slower kind of operation, it's still a place where, you know, it's food service. You got to keep track of what's going bad, what did you just get in, how much was sold, and you're able to see Mitchell, water genasi individual, shorter black hair, and looks less tired than when you last saw him. The last time that you probably interacted with him was probably a couple months ago, most likely. But the last time you worked with him was during the Full Moon Festival within the hub location of the Triple S in the Arbor. And it seems that Mitchell is much more relaxed here, but those tendencies to meticulously always be on when he is at work is still there, as he goes, oh, Dad, Olive, you're back. Hi there. And he, big hug. You guys have worked together before, and he seems happy to see you. He kind of like pulls back, arms like on your forearms, and goes, what brings you back to, have you finished your work within Rebound or Beta Farm now?
You can't say that. Yes, I just wanted to make a quick stop at home. My crew and I happened to be passing through, and, wanted to stop by, get the meal, and plan our next steps before heading out. But I'm very glad I got to see you. How is business?
That's perfect. Well, the Triple S Tavern in the Arbor is always chaos constantly, and then I am sent to work there during the busiest day of every month. That's great. That's excellent. Here, slow. Not in the way that we're in any kind of financial ruin, but you know how it is here. Besides the small passers-by that are entering into the arbor for a relaxing time in the waters or need urgent repairs, we don't get that many people in here. But it can be a nice break from the usual, just absolute debauchery that takes place in the arbor.
Absolutely. It's nice to have a quiet meal. I was hoping we'll be traveling for quite some time. I was hoping to purchase some rations from you, if that's possible.
Of course, not a problem at all. He kind of give me a quick persuasion check, real quick.
That is a 18.
An 18, he leans in and goes, and of course, understanding that, you know, you're a very busy lady with very important things to do, we can give you half off on that. We can do wholesale. We can give you boxes from the back room.
Oh, thank you, Mitchell. I really appreciate that. And what would that bring me up to?
So usually it's just 1 gold per ration that you want to buy. Same kind of meal system as before, where it's like, if you want to eat for 1 day, you gotta eat 1 meal. That's just the way that we're gonna be doing it. I don't know if that's different, though. If I said that before, fuck it, I'll make it up as
I still have good berries. Just in case.
But with all that, usually it would be 1 gold piece per meal. It's gonna be 5 silver per meal. So basically, you're getting 2 for the price of 1, essentially.
So for bookkeeping, what do I owe?
We'll do it very easily. However many days you want to stock up for, just divide that by half, and that's the amount of gold that you need.
I was saying like a month.
A month, 30,
worth, so
15
like
gold.
30, so 15 gold.
Easy
Gotcha.
peasy. Easy.
Easy peasy. Thank you, Mitchell. I really appreciate that. Please, if you have a moment, come meet my crew. I'd love to introduce them to you.
I'd be happy to. And Mitchell walks with you, Olive, and is standing before Mud and Cowrie.
Mud, Cowrie, Mitchell. Mitchell and I have worked together here and in the arbor before. Mitchell, Cowrie, and Mud. We have another member, but she had a very hard night, so she's still sleeping back at the manor, but this is my crew.
It's a pleasure to meet both of you.
Same to you. Any friend of Olive's.
Of course. We've worked together many times in the most chaotic atmospheres you can possibly imagine. And we've seen not dark. People like us, but just serving people is hard, if you know what I mean. And it sounds like she had some wonderful help building up the Triple S in Beta Farm. And if it was the two of you in some way, that's excellent.
Definitely had some.
Yes, Cowrie actually helped. That's where Cowrie and I met. That they actually helped with the building of it.
That's excellent to hear, and I can't wait to see how you've put your own spin on the place. And I think we expect we're gonna expect the profits from. I was just doing the ledger work from the Wheelso family sometime soon. I think they've assumed operation in your stead as you've, I believe, traveled to the Arbor and then traveled here.
Yes, it's been a very interesting partnership with the Wheelso family, but if I were to leave it in anyone's hands, I would trust it in hers.
Oh, well, then I will make sure to send a letter to QOT and Liver Day, thanking them for their services.
Please do, and extend... please tell them I say hello and extend good graces to them from me.
Happily so, yes. Well, if you need anything, if you want to eat anything, I'll be right there in the back, but I'm always happy to chat, so enjoy your time.
Thank you. Just whatever is easiest, and will be out of your hair.
Not a problem. Mitra goes back and is able to serve you guys up just some lunch. What would be lunch in medieval time?
Sandwiches.
Yeah, honestly,
Soup.
Greenery, given this is more tropical, basically like fruit salads, essentially, along with some vegetables that have been traded from passing merchant ships, and I'll just say some, like, brothy, like, fish soup with, like, milk, similar like clam chowder, essentially.
Nice.
Oh. I immediately had the fruit salad song in my head.
Yummy, yummy.
Salad.
Perfect.
Yummy.
I'll say the last thing before we wrap up for this evening is just like a general conversation of like a map kind of splayed out before you of where you guys would like to go next and what the general journey may look like.
I've been thinking, and if it wouldn't waylay us too badly, and if we think we have the time, I do think I want to go to the Band Isle. Just because with everything going on, there were some questions that I probably should have asked Kenneth Ward about where my other parents might be. I know that the one is in the fist, the other two I didn't think to ask. And it occurred to me that if they aren't there, there might be someone there who knows of them or where they might be. And I don't know. I still don't really know what to make of all of it yet. But I do think I want to go look, if that's all right with the two of you.
Of course. You've helped us out on everything else we've had. It's the least we can do. And it could be fun. I've never been, but yes, Mud?
Can we make a roadmap of how many stops we're gonna have before we go to Tangleroot?
So I think as it stands now, I think Band Isle, Bular Fortress, Shattered Teeth. Shattered Teeth. Were we going to go to the mop for one of the weapons? Or was the mop how we were going to get into Tangleroot?
I think how we get out.
Yeah, other way around, yeah.
How we get out.
Look at the map. I believe the plan, and the map is marked with the treasure map from Tior.
Mm-hmm.
I believe roughly, and of course, things aren't. This map is very old, but if we take the map in a counterclockwise circle, so going to the Band Isle, Bular Fortress, we can stop by the sink to see if there's anything there. If it would be all right if we also took a stop at Superian Trum. I talked to Quara last night, and they're going to investigate if there's anything there. So then the Mortal Isles, the Underhand, which is where something may be, and then Tangleroot. And Mud, you mentioned the way out of Tangleroot through the mop.
Yeah, you can coast alongside the mop, and that can help keep you from getting your shit kicked in when a whole bunch of slavers come after you for fucking with their food supply. So we're taking the longest route to the mop possible.
It's the most efficient in looking for these godly weapons, and I know Rahi and the Duke mentioned that their old crew members are being kept in the Molar Isles. Is that correct? Yeah, DM.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were asking me, but yes, that is true.
Yeah. So I'm sure her would like to help out with that. We can touch base when we meet up with Rahi and the Duke. It would be wise to be as prepared as possible, given, aside from you, Mud, none of us have been to Tangleroot before.
what is going through Mud's mind in this moment?
Mud is... It's the thing that's been going through his mind for a very long time. You know, there's one reason why he was brought back. And he said it before, and it's to kill Slashclaw. And like that is his only purpose.
Okay.
And while he cares a great deal for these people and wants them to find out the mysteries and figure out who they are and all these things, he's also now he's struggling with the path that is laid out, and the stops, like he doesn't quite know what to do.
Okay.
And he's really struggling. He's trying not to just immediately react or get upset or, you know, start making demands, but he's also keenly aware of, like, I think there's a part of Mud that is terrified that if he wastes too much time not doing what he was supposed to do, he won't have the courage to do it.
Fascinating. Give me a quick nature check with advantage. And I'll say that DC is going to be easier than last time.
That is an 18.
An 18? Give me an insight check with advantage.
That is a 21.
Mud, you sit, and let's be honest here. That long pause was definitely in character, in game, and so, like, Olive, you say these things in like a determined, leadership-esque way, and Mud, you sit with that for a while, and there's a long period of silence, and
Cowrie just...
Cowrie in universe is watching these shows, so but Mud, like, wherever your hands happen to be, like, on the table or like maybe on your laps, like, or like crossed in front of you, and I swear this is relevant, the fruit salad being closest to you of the food that is laid out on the table, and I think like the food kind of orbiting around where Mud is positioned makes a lot of sense. And in some of the, like, the kiwis, the melons, or like some apple slices that are in there, I think it makes sense, like, your eyes are kind of like on this food as this conversation is happening, and you're able to watch as one of the seeds from one of the seed-bearing fruits within the fruit salad begins to kind of and like begins to almost bloom and grow just slightly, with a nature check that, like, you can perceive it, but Olive and Cowrie probably aren't clocking this as they're focused on you. And you remember, like, those small little, like, clams, those, like, bubble makers kind of coming to the surface, and like this nature surrounding you in this unconscious state. You get the sense that, and I'm never going to tell you how you feel or how you got to act, but I will say that in Mud's house, your understanding of what's happening now is definitely deeper than it was before. And and so these things can exist in perpetuity. I'm going to let the Mud decide, like, kind of how, or you decide, like, kind of how Mud's brain kind of, like, where it leans to. It is completely understandable, the idea of, you were built for one thing and that's it, and the moment that that's done, whatever happens, happens, but that is why you were brought back. And there's fear in that of, if I waste too much time, I might lose the courage to do that. And you think about everything that, like, within Tangleroot, what was taken from you, and all of those years of all of the horror that even, like, in the flashes of memory that you do have are awful, and they're terrible. Then you look to this seed, and you think to the nature that surrounded you as you slept. And you think to how these animals reacted, and these, like, kind of crustaceans reacted to you. And the longer that you're away from Tangleroot, the more you have connected with people, the more you have connected with nature. And you remember back to where you started in the arbor, having just escaped, having just gotten there, and there was no connection to nature whatsoever besides this like broken druidic wild shape. And now your magic is returning in very small bursts, granted, but you haven't been on the path to Tangleroot, and you're gaining newer abilities. And perhaps there's some acknowledgement of that in Mud's mind. But with that, what is Mud's response to what Olive was saying?
I think Mud takes a deep breath and will briefly glance up to meet Olive's eyes and will hold it and will say, you have to promise that it's we're gonna get there.
Of course, Bud. You are not the only one with goals in Tangleroot.
Insight check.
Sure.
No.
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 She hates
No.
you.
No, that's a 5.
We're never going to Tangleroot.
She lied. We're never going.
We're going to Horcrux.
Nothing happens in Horcrux.
Nothing bad ever happens in Horcrux.
There is no war in Horcrux.
It's done. It's over.
Patience is a virtue. And I say that with the deepest regret, not only to you, but to Kaori and to Arthur, that we cannot get there sooner.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And plans can
also,
change.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe this is what's supposed to happen. Yeah. Okay.
It is okay. It is a destination. It is in all our best interests.
Okay.
And thank you, Mud, for letting us make this detour.
Okay. Then
Okay, so Vandile,
And
then we'll meet at Bular Fortress with Rahi and the Duke, and who knows, plans can change. Perhaps they have information that may set us off this course, maybe closer to Tangleroot.
Okay.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
all right. And as you guys demolish a fat lunch with your next course being set, going to the Bandile and then Bular Fortress, with final goodbyes being needed for Lien and Aragonite and Calcite and Coral before you all push off. Well, that is where we're going to end tonight's session and pick it up again later this week. But, ladies and gentlemen, are we all having a good time? Yes, Andy, yes, excellent. Alita, Crew, and Palm in the fist. You guys are doing great. Woo! That was a lot of fun. Like, the foot has been on the gas so much since our 1 month over 2 months ago that like there hasn't been any time for you guys to just like chat and just sit, and I just love seeing these characters interact. and I love and I'm super excited because like and again thanked before, but Darby, much appreciated just for like giving the space to like to Moss and to Kate to like explore Olive and Mud. But what I will say is that going to the Bandile, we're gonna have a little bit of a Cowrie episode. It's gonna be a lot of fun there. And also, I'm super excited because although I have like a little like 2-sentence thing, I love having to do this. I'm a crazy person. I love D&D prep a lot. I love it. I am addicted to it. And I have not in this game had to do like expedited prep in a while because I want to make something that like we're not gonna be there for 4 fucking sessions. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's like it's gonna be land description, chapter, couple NPCs, then head out. Basically, that's the way it's gonna be. But I'm very excited to have to like build up other places in this world. I'm super fucking excited. You guys are gonna explore the Finger Isles. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yes, and fucking just the conversation between fucking Quara and Olive, and between Mud and Leon, whose name is Leon and has always been Leon. Gaslight.
Leon Kennedy.
You guys, I'm watching you guys develop your characters in real time with me, and I love that. So thank you. You guys are great at this. It's awesome. It's super cool. Yeah, love it. But yes,
Thank you, Drew, for creating this space to make all this happen.
I love that you guys explore the depths of these characters and that you engage with them in the way that is respectful and funny and just makes all my work feel very appreciated. And I love that. Thank you. Really.
We love you.
But and what we got, and although like kind of like a serious, a little bit like heavier role play this session, the Bandile made Contravolute, and so we all know that's gonna be like this is gonna be an hour and a half. It's gonna be fun as fuck, and Gab's gonna be able to join us. I believe we're gonna check in with her, make sure she's doing okay. But she'll be able, and so it's gonna be just a ton of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I just can't wait for that. But thank you everybody for coming to the table. We do appreciate it, and we'll be catching you guys again very, very soon. Much love, guys. Peace out.
Yarhar.
Yarhar.